the story of the weekend, Jhoan Duran. Oh, my. Throwing fire. Throwing fire. All weekend. He was ridiculous. Let's get right to the closer. The Spider. First of all, how cool was it? The entrance, right? It was amazing. The twin.
Check it out.
And it was, look at it. We're playing it right now. It's fabulous. I got chills reliving it. There's nothing like it. Can you imagine October with this? Oh my God, fire! And there's the Spider coming. The spider, the giant spider, crawled across the outfield signage. Look at it. Crowd getting nuts. It feels wild. He's amazing. So let's get right to him. We'll get back to the story of the weekend, but let's get to Duran because he was ridiculous. We're talking about incredible, right? Like incredible as, the theater of it, coming out. Jimmy, it was incredible. The dark, the fire. Kudos to the Twins people for giving the whole package that they built, spent 500 hours building, and gave it to the Phillies for the good of the game.
Yeah, no question. For the good of the fans. That's how you build fans, and it's they're all in, when it comes to entertainment, they're all in it together. The Phillies and the Twins have a good relationship. They always have. I've had a number of people who have worked in both organizations, Andy McPhail, Terry Ryan over the years, Charlie Manuel. They actually share a facility down in the Dominican. They share some parts of it. They have separate clubhouses and fields and whatnot, but some of the maintenance and groundskeeping are shared. They're on the same huge parcel of land. So, yeah, it was nice that they did that. And the Phillies, it's just what a show for the fans. And what electricity in this guy's arm. The electricity in his arm matches the show. I mean, he's the first night he throws 4 pitches. Friday night he throws 4 pitches, doesn't show his fastball.
All
Sunday
splitters.
night he shows his, right. And the splitter is 98, 99, and 100. And then he comes back on Sunday night with 102 and 103 on his fastball.
I don't remember feeling like we had a lights out closer since, I don't know, Brad Lidge, right? I mean, it's that long. We've been doing it by committee. I don't believe closers are by committee. I think you got to give somebody the ball who's just crazy enough to go out there and throw, as Duran did, what was it, 4 pitches, each one of them over. He threw a splitter at like 99. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. So I'm so in love with this team, and now I've got confidence in those late innings with Duran that the bullpen's going to be able to hold this up. And by the way, we haven't sort of needed over the last few games. We're pretty good in the 7th and 8th inning now too. I think we're lined up pretty well.
The hero, the should-be leader in the MVP race, Kyle Schwarber. 2 more Schwarber bombs. A big 2-run homer, and then the capper, the slam, as the Phillies go on to rout the O's in a big night last night. But this is a season in which Kyle Schwarber has carried the Phillies offensively, the MVP of this team. And when you go around and you compare and contrast him to Ohtani, let's do it. Now, there you see it. Schwarber, 40 bombs. Ohtani, 38 bombs. Schwarber, 94 ribbies. Ohtani, 73. Now, of course, Shohei leads off. Shohei's hitting 274. Schwarber's hitting 258. But here's the point. When you look at the Dodgers offense and the Dodgers lineup, they have a lineup that goes deep. The Phillies do not.
I watched the Nola game on Friday, his rehab game. Did you hear anything about what the club thought, how he looked, and if he's on pace, if he looked as expected?
He needs 2 more, from what I hear, and they were happy with the health, and the velo didn't jump at you. but it might take a little time on that. But I think they think he's on track to get back here, after maybe 2 more starts.
Any sort of concern with this team, to me, it's wide receiver depth, right? Because God forbid AJ in the regular season gets dinged and has to. We saw what they were like without him. As much as we talk about, Jalen and early throwing the football, he had to throw without AJ. And you take AJ and Devontae out at some point, they're in trouble. So what are you seeing from their wide receiver depth? Anybody popping?
Yeah, I mean, Elijah Cook seems like he makes a big catch every practice. He's a big-bodied receiver. He played with the Jaguars the last 2 years. I honestly feel like the Eagles might have wanted Aniyah Smith and Johnny Wilson to kind of be, ready of those 2 second-year receivers. But I'll be honest, Elijah Cooks has looked better than those 2 guys. We've seen Aniyah Smith get some gadget-type plays run for him, even with the starters. A few practices ago, he actually was, running a deep crossing route in the back of the end zone, and it looked like he was just unable to come up with a throw that Jalen Hurts kind of seemed like he wasn't at the spot he was supposed to be based off of, my read on it. And they worked on that after practice, Aniyah Smith and Jalen Hurts did. So, I think that the 2 second-year receivers are a work in progress. I think if you're looking for a guy, a preseason darling, I think Elijah Cooks is going to be that guy. I think that fans should keep an eye out for him. He makes a lot of contested catches, a lot of highlight catches. And then beyond that, I mean, I think it's interesting. Like, we've seen Saquon Barkley and Will Shipley lining up in the slot, lining up out wide. I could see them, getting some work there if, AJ or Devontae miss time. I especially, on yesterday's practice, Saquon ran a shallow crosser, right? Catches the ball, turns it upfield, gets 20 yards. And it's like, yeah, I could see him being pretty good at those types of routes. Maybe you don't want him doing double moves out there, but, get the ball in his hands and kind of let good things happen. So it's a talented offense. I'm not sure that wide receiver depth, you're right. It's definitely, a little bit uncertain at this time, but, they do have some options at different positions that can kind of help maybe compensate for that.